What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 6 big tech stocks. But before I do that, hit that like button and that is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and also check out my Patreon because there was a massive trade on Patreon today on Amazon, shorting Amazon exactly at 109, getting 105 puts, and this thing went in the money exactly down to 105 today, and then we saw a bounce on Amazon, and now look at this massive rejection. And also I called it out before on Amazon that it's about to break out. 104 breaks and that holds the support on Amazon. It's going to fill that gap at 108.88 and that gap is fully closed today. You don't see it anymore here. And also we found strong resistance at that level. And also, guys, another thing why I'm shorting, not only we have resistance at that level and the gap is getting closed, and look at this, it was trading $2 above upper Bollinger Band, getting way ahead of this Bollinger Band, and that's why I shorted, made some good money on Amazon, and then this thing came down to 105. So if you want to get setups like this, definitely check out my Patreon, and you can also support the channel by doing that. Now on Amazon we have earnings coming, and now it's a breakout above 104. That is still a breakout. Just because I showed it, I'm not bearish here on Amazon. I'm bullish until this thing breaks below 102. Now Amazon stock, we have a full bull trend, and looks like, yes, we could see a pullback again down to 104, possibly down to 105, blue line 5 SMA. And as long as we stay above that level, Amazon can hit 109 again. And if this thing breaks 109, next stop will be at 114 on Amazon. Now I said it last night in my video that with good earnings, Amazon can go up to 130s, and that is still possible. And with bad earnings, we could be filling this gap down here at 86.40. We got a massive gap down here on Amazon. I do not like to predict earnings. I don't play earnings that often. Very rarely I play earnings, and I would not suggest play earnings because you can get a lot of opportunities after earnings. If there is a huge dip, you can get Amazon shares at a cheaper price. And if this thing breaks out, you can also play the breakout to the upside. So wait for the earnings and then we'll find a better direction on Amazon. But as of right now, Amazon stock is bullish. At least this chart is bullish, this trend is bullish on Amazon, and we could see more upside. Now on Amazon, again tomorrow, if there is a dip around 105, 104, I'll be buying that dip on Amazon and riding back up to at least 107 to 109. And now we're going to look at Microsoft. Now Microsoft is down 1.40%, and this one I also played today. And if you look at this 5-minute chart, soon as the market opened right here, this thing dipped down to 281. And if you watch that video I made yesterday, this is exactly what I did on Microsoft. I bought the dip exactly down here at 281, 287.50 calls, and those went up within like what, 5 to 10 minutes. It was up to 285, sold out for a profit, and then you can see it did not fill the gap all the way at 285.41, and then Amazon came down, made a new low. And that's why when you're day trading, guys, you gotta take profit. If you're up, like if you're getting in here on Microsoft at 281 and you see 284, 285, that is a decent profit. You gotta take it and run. And then if you want to hold runners, what I usually do, put a stop at break even on my option. So if this thing decides to come down, I don't lose anything. It will come down, I'll get out, I can buy back again if I want to, which I don't want to buy back again. This thing went down to 278, and then finally, look what's happening right now on Microsoft. The gap at 281 holding as a support into closing. Now there is a bit more downside. We got very close to 276. I thought it was going to fill this gap and then I would swing some calls on Microsoft, but that didn't happen. so I never got in. We also have an indecision candle on Microsoft. So going into tomorrow, guys, Microsoft still can drop to 276 to fill this gap, and also the earnings coming, and that is what? Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, big earnings from Microsoft. So watch out after our tomorrow, and I'll be also updating you guys on Microsoft and all the other mega names. But tomorrow is the big earnings, and that's why market really went nowhere today. A lot of investors are waiting on their earnings. So going into tomorrow on Microsoft, watch out for the support at 281, 276, and that is going to be a strong support down here because we got that breakout just around 274. And if it's filling the gap at 276, I think there will be a lot of dip buyers, including myself, at this level going into tomorrow. To the upside, Microsoft now needs to break. I mean, look at this, 285, guys. White line 20 SMA, and that's why this thing got rejected today. Soon as Microsoft got closer to 285, rejection, and then came down, sitting at 281.77 at the closing, above 285. And then watch out for also right here, blue line 5 SMA, 287. We could see a run up back up to 290, which is a big resistance on Microsoft. And now we're going to look at Tesla. Now this is exciting. I don't know about you guys. Tesla is down 1.53%, but I'm liking this move here on Tesla. And I think I got one or two comment about 2 days ago on Tesla saying that, you know, it's gonna come down more. I should wait before buying into Tesla. Yes, I know exactly what I'm doing. It can come down a bit more. I agree with you, but I'm not buying, you know, 1,000 shares of Tesla right here. I'm buying slowly. So if this thing gets down to 146, that would be my next target to add into my long-term position on Tesla. Now this is also a significant pullback on Tesla from what? The top 217 down to today 158, guys. And that's what, you know, I like to see on Microsoft, Apple, especially Nvidia, Meta. And we're not getting that, right? There is no significant pullback on those stocks. But Tesla here, definitely, this is a significant pullback. And that's why I think Tesla is a buy, but I'm not buying all at once. I'm buying slowly. Now going into tomorrow on Tesla, we have support at 155. It's getting extremely oversold. It's due for a dead cat bounce up to 167, possibly up to even 171. So watch out for the resistance at 167, 171, and that could be coming tomorrow on Tesla. Now Tesla stock, if you're looking to short, I would say wait. This thing can come down to 155. That does not guarantee that Tesla will come down to 155 because look at this, guys. It's been holding this lower Bollinger Band as a support into closing today. So still, we have not seen any dead cat bounce on Tesla. It needs to get over, at least it needs to get to 167, 171, and then that could be, you know, a zone to short Tesla and then ride it all the way down to 146. So tomorrow, 155 will be a big support. Below that, 146.41. To the upside, we have resistance at 167, 171, blue line 5 SMA, and above that, Tesla can fill the gap on top at 177.65. And now we're going to look at Meta. On Meta, another flat day, and look at this, guys, barely holding on to 213 as a support, white line 20 SMA into closing. Now I said it before, if we cannot hold this white line 20 SMA on Meta, the next stop will be down here at 201 to close this gap, and possibly will retest 197, which was that breakout on Meta. Definitely looks like it wants to roll over, and if this thing cannot get that breakout right here above 215.77, Meta will come down to 201 to close this gap, at least in the short term. Now we also have earnings coming from Meta on Wednesday, so that is gonna be massive, guys. I don't know which way this thing will go, but we got a lot of gaps here on bottom, and that is going to be something I'm watching on Meta. If this thing gets down to 153 or below somehow, with really bad earnings, I'm not expecting that, but I'm just saying, anything is possible. If that happens, we'll be loading up on Meta also. And that's why Meta is not a buy here at this point. If you're going long term, definitely wait for a pullback. And if this thing gets up and starts going with some good earnings, definitely it's not going to be on my list to buy and hold anymore until we see a significant pullback on Meta. I know there's a huge gap on top, so if there is some good earnings, yes, another gap up is possible, and then in next few days that gap up will turn into gap up and run on Meta. So tomorrow, watch out for the support right here, 213, and below that Meta could be filling this gap at 201 right here. To the upside, it needs to get over 215 right here, 216, orange line, 13 SMA, and then we could see 220, which is a big resistance on Meta, and above that, with good earnings, 237 possible on Meta. And now we're going to look at Apple stock. On Apple stock, it's up 0.19%, another flat day, and that's why we're not seeing any significant pullback in the market. Apple stock still holding strong above 165. And if you caught this dip today, it's not a big move, but still you made some money on Apple stock. Look at this nice move on Apple stock down here to this white line, 20 SMA, 163.71, low for the day 163.89, and then there were some dip buyers buying up this dip right from this white line, 20 SMA, pushing the price higher, and now again another close above 165. So tomorrow 165 will be a support level to watch. Below that 163.71, and then 160, 158.49 gap down here. To the upside on Apple, we have resistance at 166, blue line 5 SMA, and above that we could see a quick move all the way up to 170 on Apple stock.